Hello, friends. Paul Sesnick here. In this episode, we're going to be talking about this idea that you are an extension of Infinite Creator. How that works. Why it's so important that we understand that this is what's really going on. And here's the way it works. Infinite Creator, also known as God, but I prefer Infinite Creator because the term God can be very confusing. Infinite Creator, Prime Creator, is love that extends itself through everything that exists. Everything. Plants, minerals, animals, people, all of it is Prime Creator on its journey of expressing itself. That would include you, me, all beings, infinite in number. And when we choose to come into the world for the experience of it, and we find ourselves experiencing a physical body separate from each other, we begin this journey into separation. And even though we came into this world having made pre-life agreements with our parents and friends and so on, we forget all of that because this third density world is so low in frequency we cannot remember higher frequency agreements. Higher frequency meaning non-physical, much higher in frequency than here. So what happens is this extending of Prime Creator through you comes in through you and out into the world, if you allow that to happen. If you allow that presence of God or Prime Creator to flow in and through you and out into the world, that's actually referred to as extending. If, however, you're looking at what's going on in the world as if it's separate, and you have your opinions of what's going on with this person and that person, what's going on in the news, what you think about that, that's not Prime Creator extending through you. That's you in your mind, your ego actually, the lower self, the ego, projecting. You're projecting your ideas out onto the world. So the Course calls it projecting or extending. You're always doing one or the other. If you're extending, it's always your higher God nature. Always. If you tell someone that you love them and you mean it in your heart, you can feel it when you're saying it, that comes from your higher God connection. It comes in and through you as you express it to that individual that you're telling. If, however, you say to somebody, I love you, because you want something back from them, it's the only reason you're telling them that you love them, is you're looking to get something back from them. That's not your God self expressing at all. That's the ego expressing. So we have these two voices in our head, and I like to use this little picture here, bring it up here. There she is. The two voices in your head. You've got the lower egoic self that consists of all of the ideas that you've taken upon yourself by growing up with a family and within a family and a culture, perhaps a religion and education and so on. These are external ideas that you've taken onto yourself, and that's how you describe yourself. Your higher God self is that part of your mind that is forever connected to God, always. And you're choosing moment by moment, instant by instant, which of these two voices you want to listen to. So if you are expressing in a worldly way, that is the ego. It will complain about other people. It will blame other people. You will feel like you're a victim, perhaps, or you're being taken advantage of, or you will attack others, and you'll be coming from a place of fear. That would be the lower egoic self. Your higher God self does not do that at all. Your higher God-connected self always expresses love, because that is what Prime Creator is. Prime Creator, God, is unconditional love that extends into forever. However, because we have free will, we can choose to reject that, ignore it, think angry thoughts, function in a world in a disconnected way. And we do that, we're not functioning from our God nature. And that's the unfortunate part. But it's important for us to recognize that you begin as a perfect being, perfect. And at a soul level, you always will be. As a spiritual being, you're always an extension of Prime Creator. You can either think like God thinks or not. In this world, if you're not thinking like God, you're not thinking at all. This is interesting. The Course says, if you're not thinking like God would think, where love is flowing in and through you, you're not thinking at all. What you're doing instead is remembering something that's happened and thinking about it all over again. And that's not God-connectedness. That's being in the world and of the world. The idea is to be in the world, but not be of the world. Be in the world physically, with the idea of helping to heal your thinking and the thinking of others. And if you are thinking like God, you will be extending love to everybody unconditionally. Even the person you're married to, unconditional love you will be giving them, not conditional. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.